Hey guys, MC Mura here, and today we're gonna cover the March update balance changes for Street Fighter 6. And today we're gonna cover like the 8 characters that I unfortunately didn't get to cover in the initial days, the launch day of the patch. And I'm gonna timestamp every one of them. And most of the characters didn't get huge changes, so we're gonna keep them in one video. And obviously everything is timestamped, so you can check out which character you want, and you will find that in the description or in the video timeline. Let's start first with Deejay. So Deejay got a pretty cool buffs actually. I think he was a character who was pretty good, but after season 1, Deejay wasn't usually considered to be like super uber strong, but I think he's still pretty good. So the first change to Deejay is to his crouching medium punch. They now made this +5 on hit, and this have pretty cool ramifications. For starters, he now gets crouching medium punch into medium machine gun upper, which is pretty cool because this does boost his like jumping combo damage. For example, say you got a jumping heavy punch, so typically you would do something like this with Deejay, which is like 2.8k. Maybe you went for the light machine gun upper, and that did about like 3k damage, I believe. Right, so that's nice. But now with this buff, you're gonna get a little bit more than that, right? So he's getting 3.2k, so that's like a good 200 damage increase. That is really nice. But also, because he gets a +5 now, if you happen to get a counter hit, it will be +7. Right, and that is pretty cool because at a +7 on a counter hit, like he get to link a target combo, which obviously he can cancel that into supers for good damage. He can actually just throw counter hit confirm that into, so it's like if you throw this out there like straight hit and you got the +7, I think you actually get the hey like on a link. So if that happened to work, that's cool. But also he gets like a level 1 super. Hit that baby! And that's not a cancel, that's a link. So you throw out there, that's counter hit, hit confirm into that. So that is pretty cool. I think he also gets crouching medium punch into standing light kick. So this is giving him like a little bit of further confirm as well. But I think this, I don't know. Like I don't know how applicable this is gonna be. I don't think you get like medium kick into it, right? I think if we got to jump in, likely the light kick will whiff, yeah. So maybe from some distances you can get it, but this is a great change. Like all things considered, this is a great buff for Deejay. The next change is a nerf to his crouching heavy punch, where they extended the hurt box a little bit. Now, the thing about this move is that it's extremely abusable and it's extremely good because it's very rewarding. Like you can just hey after it max range. You can obviously, if you're close, you can just throw it out there. A lot of Deejay players just throw this move into neutral, and it's 29 total frames, which for a heavy is extremely good. So they made it a little bit easier to whiff punish, and I think that is fair enough. Crouching light kick, this got a change, and the idea is they want it so that if say Guile does something like Sonic Blade like that, you will be able to check him. But oh no. Yeah, it's that, but it still seems kind of finicky. Still seems pretty finicky. I mean, that is the idea, but I think Deejay always was able to get like a crouching medium kick anyways. So I don't know why that is a change. What's the big deal there? But yeah, that is a change. Next up is a change to his medium or heavy machine gun upper. And what he did is that Deejay now gets more super meter gain, right? So it should build him about 25% of a super meter, right? So 4 of them should give him an entire bar, right? And this is an interesting change because comboing into heavy machine gun upper was kind of tricky. Like most of the time, you would get it off of like a DI. So it's like you will wait for them to float a little bit and then do that heavy punch into it. But what was interesting about it is that this was actually less damage than if you got in a grounded heavy into medium. So it's like grounded heavy into medium machine gun upper is 2.9k, but if you waited for the float, it was gonna be like 2.8. Right, so he was getting less damage if he went for the heavy upper because it was like in a juggle state. So it was like not that much incentive to use it. I feel like with this one, they probably made it a little bit more unique now because, okay, maybe I do want to get for the heavy. I want to go for the heavy because I'm going to get more meter. I can see some value being added to that, which is pretty cool. And speaking of values that's being added, they also buffed his OD machine gun upper as they made it faster. As you can see now, it's 26 frame startup, which means that it does actually combo naturally from his standing heavy bunch. I forgot like what the rhythm game was. I was kind of surprised I got the first ones correctly. So it combos naturally now from his standing heavy bunch, and that's just good. That's just a good buff for him, right? Because obviously it's cancelable. Oh my god, Mura got no rhythm anymore. I used to main Deejay actually. I used to play him in season 1. But yeah. So that is a cool fun change. The final change to Deejay, which is really fun, is a change to his sway and OD sway. Where obviously Deejay have an option of when he does the retreat. So he dashes forward and then he does the retreat. And now on that retreat, you can go for the low, the overhead, or the launcher. Right? So this is actually kind of crazy. Right? That is such a fun change, dude. I can see that being used for mix-ups. That's gonna catch people off guard. That's gonna catch. I guarantee you, this is gonna catch people off guard. So you're going for the double whammy? That's kind of hilarious. This is a really fun change. Like, this is a really fun change. And obviously add a little bit to the identity of Deejay as well. I still have to lab to see if there will be like specific combos that is only possible because of this, although I doubt it. But it's really fun, and I'm pretty sure like it will be implemented in some knockdowns. Because honestly, you can now go in for the throw or retreat and come back with like an overhead low or whatever, which I think is really, really cool. The final change to Deejay, but it's not really like a change, is to his OD sway overhead. And I'm saying this is not really a change because it's more of like a quality of life, almost like a bug fix. What they done is that against taller characters, the overhead would hit first, so he had less advantage. I personally never experienced this, but what they're saying is that against taller characters, he would have less advantage. So they pretty much unified it so that it works the same on everyone, right? So overall, I think these are pretty cool changes for Deejay. It should make him a little bit better. I think the change to his crushing media punch particularly may have an impact. Because that could be really good. Is it gonna make Deejay threat again, kind of like how he was in season 1? Absolutely not. But overall, my buddy Deejay got buffed, which is cool. Next up, Honda. Edmundo Honda. And Honda changes are weird. I'm sorry, the Honda changes are weird. There is some straight buffs to them, but also everything about Honda revolves around hands and the braid to the god buffs. So the first change is that from lights, you now get medium hand, and from mediums, you get heavy hands. So prior, what you used to get with Honda was like say light into light hands. Now you can go from lights to medium hands. So he used to do 1.2k, now he's doing 1.3k. And I think one of the things is that Honda steps in further with more strengths. So maybe from like max range, this is now more consistent, he gets up closer. So I can see the value in that. And obviously, like I said, from mediums now, he is getting heavy hands. And again, this may fix an issue with Honda because he used to like I've seen Honda players like say they try to whiff punish, but the move wouldn't, like the hands wouldn't reach, but maybe with a little bit more range, that should be a little bit better. So obviously you are getting more damage, so there is inherent value in that, so that's a cool change. The real big one though is that when he does the hands and he goes above, he will now do the final part, which wasn't the case prior. Right? Prior with Honda's hands, if he had the buff, he would just stop, but now he actually does the final step, right? And the idea is that this just flat out improves his frame data on block, because like medium punch into heavy hands, this used to be like -8, right? But if he goes above and he's gonna do the final slap at the end, it's gonna be -4, so he is a little bit better. From my experience, Honda players, I play against like we have like a local, really strong Honda player. It is easy enough for them to hit confirm hands, and typically when he goes above, he would look for something like a hit confirm on something like this. That I don't know if this change is gonna matter that much. Where I see this change mattering the most is gonna be with the OD hands, because now it's gonna be like plus on block, and obviously when he goes above, so maybe he can do that to like the sky, and that could be like a really good chip. Maybe this is their intent. Like he's getting like pretty good chip with that. The sky. Maybe that is the idea, but this doesn't seem to me like it addresses the issues with Honda. Like it's giving him. Does the Honda player really want to waste the power up on a chip sequence when they could hit confirm it? That is what I'm talking about, right? Because if he does get the hit confirm, obviously this will lead to a lot of damage, right? Like now from that most annoying move in the game, his medium, he's gonna get the heavy into the slap, so he's +4, so he's getting like crouching light punch into the butt slam and whatever. So that's 3k from a hit confirm medium. So I don't know. Does Honda Nation? Let me know. Like, does that really matter to you? I feel like the Honda wanna hit confirm anyways, and they wouldn't really wanna go for this one. Maybe that's just my opinion, but this seems like nothing burger of changes, to be honest. Like, I don't see how these changes are gonna improve the quality of life of Honda so much, especially like good Hondas. I don't know. They don't seem that crazy to me. Anyways, now it's time for Blanka, man. And Blanka was considered by many Japanese to be like super uber strong, obviously because of Mena, but because Blanka actually is really good as well. So Blanka got some nerfs and some buffs. So the first one is a buff to his standing medium kick. And they now made this move +5 on hit. And the idea of this being +5 on hit is that he now gets this. Like on a counter hit, he can get it into the left. And I think this is a pretty cool one, because like if he happened to get that as a hit confirm or like as a frame trap, he now can like hit confirm it into the left. Boom, which is pretty cool. Now, obviously this may... I don't know if that is hit confirmable. I don't know how late you can do that. Like, the cancel window here doesn't seem to be that big. Like if I try to stagger it a little bit, maybe. Like maybe that would be good. Obviously, like on a counter hit confirm, like you can get it, and that is better than what he used to get, because most of the time, Blanka would just get like electricity. So they're giving him the potential for good combos here. I think you do like medium Blanka ball. So maybe there's obviously value in that. And I think one part that's gonna be good is like shaking drive rush or whatever, because that is when you're more likely to get like a counter hit. So yeah, good buff. That actually is a pretty good buff for Blanka. Next up is a change to his crouching heavy punch, and this is one of these footsies normals for Blanka. So pretty much what happened is that when they get a counter hit, it's gonna knock them down like that, and that is just great. I want to see. I don't want him to wake up with jab. I want to see that knockdown. So counter hit is gonna knock them down like that, and that is really, really good. And that's really good because this is a footsie's normal. Like, this is one of the best footsie's normals for Blanka. Obviously, this move is pretty nice. -5, huge range. So the idea of this counter hitting, that may happen a lot. So that actually is a pretty cool change. Wow. That's actually, the knockdown seems to be like really, really good. Also, it throws him away like full screen on punish counter, which is hilarious. Oh my god. Oh wow, that's crazy. So yeah, that is a pretty cool buff for him. Speaking of Footsie's normal and Footsie's move, they also buffed this one, right? As a forward heavy punch. Again, it seems to me like they're trying to improve Blanka's neutral, which is crazy to me because I think Blanka already had extremely underrated neutral. Like, this crouching medium punch is an SSSSS tier button, and he does have like drive rush madness, and this move was already like an insane move with ton of range, but they buffed it where now he have more frame advantage on knockdown. Whether we're talking regular hit or counter hit, Blanka now have 8 more frames. So this now leaves Blanka at 27, and I think it's 28 on a counter hit. Yeah, it's just gonna be 27. Okay, so 27 is pretty cool because he now gets to hob, and I think Blanka's hob is 27. So he's gonna be like neutral. He's gonna be, I think maybe if you got like a really far range with this one, maybe you can get more advantage. 30, yeah. So it's gonna depend on the range a little bit, but depending on how you landed it, you may even get like that, like a +1. It's huge because this move lands all the time. This move genuinely lands all the time because it's a really good footsie's normal for Blanka. So they buffed this one, so now he's getting like a pretty good knockdown. Again, maybe not like the most insane knockdown, but still that knocking down on a counter hit is pretty cool, and this one giving him better knockdown is also like a very cool buff as well. So great changes. And speaking of that hob, you can now throw Blanka out of it, which is pretty cool because Blanka would do stuff like that where he would just lunge over and follow you across to the other side. So now you can actually grab him, which I think that's huge. That actually is pretty cool. Now let's talk about the 2 nerfs for Blanka, right? And if you watched Mena, if you're watching any really good Blanka, you would know that their entire game plan almost is stall until they get Lightning Beast, which is like his level 2 super, and once they got that, Blanka is just an absolute menace, right? And one of the strongest aspects of the super is that on block, it insanely ships at your drive gauge. So what they done is that they reduced how much ship damage it is doing once that install is active. So for example, a heavy Blanka ball naturally, as you saw, does 1 tick of drive, right? If Guile blocks it, 1 drive bar is gone. But if we activate Lightning Beast, it's gonna be about 60% of a bar. Right? So it's about 60% of a bar, and there's also like similar reductions for the medium and light balls as well, so that they're doing less. Their entire idea is that when Blanka say does that into like activation, he isn't shipping at you that much, right? Because obviously this is an insane super. This is an insane super. And one thing that you have to know with Wild Beast is that the Blanka balls no longer require charge. So like, sure, like the heavy one regularly will require charge, but with the install, he can do like medium kick back forward into it. So he already can move forward and do the balls without any of the restrictions. So them maintaining their ship damage potential, even without any need for charging, that was really powerful. So yeah, he's now doing less ship damage with this one, and it seems to me it's about 30% or so decrease, 30 to 40% decrease. That's fair. I think that's fair because this move was absolutely insane. I actually think Blanka got away with it a little bit slightly. Honest to God, I think, given how strong Lightning Beast was, it still got mad potential, and obviously they will still be trying to parry everything, and you're still gonna get like the punish counter grabs and everything, right? So that's still in effect. So insane, and obviously on hit it's still huge. Now one thing he said about the medium kick, I think I forgot to say it, is that it should have easier time comboing into this now. So there is that, because I figured I forgot to talk about it. The final change to Blanka is to his Blanka Shans, and pretty much when you hit Blanka now, the doll will disappear. Right, which is still extremely strong, because as you can see, right, it's gonna depend. Like there are many setups where Blanka will be able to tag you, but the doll will still hit you. Like he will still be able to block in time. But maybe say that Guile was he knew that you're gonna do like a button into electricity, so the drive reversal actually worked. The doll is now gone. And I feel like that is a very fair change given how strong the Oki and the damage potential was for these dolls. So overall, obviously Blanka did get some nerfs, but his neutral got buffed. He's now getting a little bit more reward out of this neutral. Honestly, for a character that was widely considered to be like top 3 by Japanese players, especially like Japanese players, I feel like what Blanka got isn't that big of a deal. Alright, so now it's time for AKI, and AKI got a pretty fun change, I will say. It's that all of her moves that triggers Toxic Blossom, which is like the poison hit, right? Which is like the poison explosion. They're gonna give her drive gauge, right? So you do that, she's getting a little bit more drive. You do that, she's getting a little bit more drive, and that is a huge buff, especially since like most of her knockdowns will put you in a position where like you're poisoned anyways. So it's like I'm poisoned now, she gets one hit like that and she get meter. So that actually is a huge change, like I said, because most of the knockdowns she will leave you poisoned, right? So that actually is a pretty big buff for AKI. She's getting about like 20, I think it's about 20% of a bar. Let's actually keep it at refill. It's not the vitality. So the explosion should give her about 20%. So she's getting a lot actually. Oh yeah. Yeah, so it's like 20% on one of these moves. This is one of these passive changes that could have really big ramifications like going forward, right? I think this one could have like really big ramifications, but that is a huge buff because obviously AKI in general, like her combo game is insane, so that's a cool change. The second change is the ones that you saw right there. You can now combo crouching light punch into standing light punch, and obviously this gives you the TC. Their idea is that you're now getting like more consistent combos, but the thing is, since the final update, AKI players were doing the standing light kick route anyways. So if their idea is you wanted you to combo into like heavy Toxic Blossom or heavy whip, you're now getting it anyways. So I don't know. Like I don't know why this would be useful, but I think especially on block as well, this could be really good because it moves her forward. So you can get that, which is better than what you used to get before. Maybe I think especially on block, this might actually be pretty good. But they're saying that they delayed like the time for drive rush by 1 frame, so I'm not sure exactly what this will impact. But yeah, the final change was to her OD fireballs. They pretty much improved the juggle properties here, and you're gonna get better juggles. So it's like stuff like that may work now. cool buff. It's a cool buff. Again, her buffs are, they seem subtle, but I think especially the buff to getting more drive gauge is gonna have an impact like as the game goes on. It's one of these things that we're gonna have to wait and see how it plays out. It really did open up the door for many potential mix-ups and resets and whatever that he could do. And the changes are quite simple, really. So the first change, the big one, is to his jumping medium punch, where as you can see now, it if it happened to hit like on an air hit like that and in juggle state, pretty much it will juggle, right? They're not gonna be air reset, and he can special cancel out of this one, right? So he can go for like a fireball. This is huge, and apparently they made it so that he can cancel into the drill kick or the yoga mummy, so he can get like huge potential out of this hit. That is really big. You can do so much here. Like you can do, say, like a fireball, teleport, the other side, and this is like a mix. Maybe we can... I wanna get like a high hit. Can I teleport here? I think you can. Because I think the mummy is something that... Isn't the mummy cancelable? Yeah, it is. Dude, I have zero Dulcim execution. I never played Dulcim in this game. Oh wow. But yeah, you'll be gonna be able to do it delayed. Or you can go for the OD one, OD fireball, and still have the mummy, right? Damn. And you also are able to go for like the drill kicks as well. So it's like I imagine there will be some set play with that. Maybe down medium. Yeah, I can see that working. Damn. So there will be some set play stuff. Obviously, I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not super informed on like the Dulcim vortex. And obviously this is a lot of new, and I got zero Dulcim muscle memory, but you could already see like huge potential for this one. The sky is the limit for what Dulcim is going to be able to do. Now his overdrive yoga fire in general, like flame, you can actually juggle two of them right now. They reduce the recovery on hit by 5 frames. So because they reduced it by 5 frames like that, you can actually get 2 of them. Inferno! And that's a lot of damage. Like he's now is able to meter dump into like level 1 for a lot of damage. I think you got to do the light though. Isn't this gonna work? Inferno! That's mad cool. And in the corner! Oh my god, in the corner. Flame! Let's get double of them into the yoga fire. Inferno! That's 4k in the corner, and I imagine that you're gonna be able to do more. So that reduction in recovery frames, that's a crazy cool change, man. It also expands the hitbox on the medium and the heavy yoga flame, so that it have a better hitbox, and Dulcim is gaining more drive gauge. And apparently they also increased the combo potential on the yoga comment, which is this one as well, right? So what are so can we get like, I think you need to get like an insta air one. Maybe, but maybe there will be like, maybe you can combo it out with a medium punch. But you still get a cancel there, so okay. We still do get it cancelled, so maybe go for a drill or whatever. Man, there is so much. This is stuff that you gotta miss with, but oh my god, that's a reset. Oh my god, there is so much potential. Obviously, they gave him an incredible amount of sauce. This is the one that you gotta mess with. This is the one where I would highly recommend you check out the Chris F video because he did show like a lot of potential with Dulcim. But obviously, like, this seems to be like really fun changes. Even if it didn't suddenly make him, oh my god, Dulcim is omega strong, these are really fun changes. March update, balance changes for Jamie. And the first one is a change to his standing heavy punch, where they pretty much improved the juggle properties on the second hit, where you're gonna be having an easier time juggling. And I think you can get like a level 3 super after. Obviously, there's a lot of situations where you can juggle like his heavy punch, like stuff like that, right? Apparently you are gonna be able to get like the super here, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't able to do that prior, so that is a change. I don't know how great this is, but I mean, it's a buff, right? So that's cool. They also buffed his crouching light kick, and this one actually I think is very good. So now it is +3. Right, and the significance of this is that on a drive rush it's gonna be +7, and what is 7 frames, it is his crouching medium kick, which by the way they expanded the hitbox forward, having more range on a crouch. This is a 7 frames. This is the fastest crouching medium kick in the game, by the way. So it's like, I saw some Jamie players saying, oh my god, it just token buffs. Maybe the buffs aren't super great, but having more range on crouching medium kick in Street Fighter 6, that is a gigantic change. So anyways, now Jamie can do drive rush, crouching light kick, and it will combo into crouching medium kick. So he got like the bison now, where he can drive rush, crouching light kick into crouching medium, which I do think honestly that's a big buff. That's a big buff. I think Jamie in general always had like good neutral, but there is another one that's coming that I think is gonna help with his neutral a little bit as well. But yeah, cool change. I think this one is actually pretty big. They also buffed his target combo while he have high drinks. I don't know why. It is this one, right? Where now this will actually frame trap. So we'll get Mai to check with a jab. You can now pretty much frame trap 4 framers with this one. Right, obviously, like you do the backstep, or you can do the headbutt, and now the headbutt will actually frame trap. I did it a little bit delayed here, but yeah, this one actually is pretty cool. Damn, that does mad damage. I imagine if you went for the level 3. Of a frame trap. Oh my god, she's Mai's gonna explode. Yeah, so yeah. So that actually is a pretty cool buff. I think all things considered, this is a pretty cool buff. They also buffed his Rekas, and this is pretty much like a consistency, because there were some instances where I would say, especially in like, so here's the thing, like once Jamie gets the buff, a lot of Jamie players love to use his Reka, kind of like a Fei Long, where they just throw it out in the neutral, but sometimes you will get the hit and then like the initial hit and then the rest would not connect. So they pretty much fixed this issue where it should be more consistent, right? So I actually want to test this out. That we didn't get it right. So yeah, I think that is kind of the idea, especially like as well in like a juggle situation and everything. It should be more consistent now, which is a cool change for him. Now the final change for Jamie is a buff to his OD Bakai, and as an OD spin. This actually is a good one, where they decrease the startup. It's now 18 frames instead of 21. And this, I think, is actually really good. Obviously, it just does have combo ramifications. Like on a juggle state like that, he now gets this, which is very cool. I think this is like his most damage. Obviously, like you can cancel that as well into supers and whatever, so that's good. But I think even just in the neutral, if say like my throw and OD fans kind of like that, and because it's faster, you pretty much have like a bigger chance of getting like the punish in time. So I think all things considered, this is a really good change. Now they did say that they reduced the recovery on block as well, so that it now is 43 instead of 46. And I think what this does is that when he cancel into level 2, he's gonna have a little bit more advantage, but I think he's always +7, so I'm not sure in this one. This is one of these things where I don't really remember like what it used to be. So if you're like a Jamie player, let me know. Does he get more frame advantage on this cancel now? Let me know. But yeah, all in all things considered, they are okay buffs, but they're not gonna change his position in the meta. In the March updates, and he got some fun stuff, but some of it are just really weird as well. But they're cool, actually. So the first change is a buff to his standing heavy kick, where they pretty much eased the juggle state a little bit, so he's able to get more. So as you can see now, like you can just get a forward medium punch, and then obviously that can be cancelled into a variety of things. So it's like you can cancel into light eagle spike, so that's good. Maybe cancel into spinning mixer as well. So he's getting like a little bit more damage, and probably like even like better situations with this one. So that is a good buff for him. That's a good one. Medium spinning mixer. And now what they did to this one is that they improved the anti-air capabilities of it. Pretty much it was frame 6 to frame 10. Now it is from frame 6 to frame 14. So it's like the invincibility doesn't kick in earlier, but it stays invul for later. Right, so if you use it as an early anti-air, it is harder to get hit out of it. Now, I don't see a Rashid player using it that way anyway, because frame 6 is still like really late for like an anti-air. But yeah, that is a good quality of life buff for him. Is it gonna make much difference? I don't know, but it's cool. They also buffed his OD fireball, and this got buffed in a number of ways. So the first one is the one you just saw, where they are juggled closer to Rashid, right? So I think if you're point blank right now, I think you get maybe you can get like a light mixer here. I think raw you will get a light, but you're not gonna get this raw, right? Like you're not gonna land this raw, you're typically landing it on a cancel. So it's like you can get like a level 1. I think level 1 is guaranteed now. So a Rashid kick, right? So I think that is pretty cool. I don't think you're gonna be able to get that, but let's see. Because it's not gonna hit early here, so I don't know what this would change, but I think their idea is that if you happen to land it like that, you are getting a level 1, which that is an insane corner carry, by the way. And I think you're probably getting like a medium mixer as well. No, do we not? Because I don't think you're gonna get a drive rush. No, I don't see you getting a drive rush. We're gonna get like a crouching jab. I don't know. Can we get a medium? Damn, that's a ton of corner carry, dude. Dude, that is a ton of corner carry. So it's like you can just throw this out there now. Does this combo from OD from a non-punish counter? It does. That's good. That's good. So pretty much you are getting better juggles, and I imagine if we did like the light and then we drive rush cancelled afterwards, you could get more even. So This actually is a really cool buff for him because this move is not used that much, so they want to buff it. And the second change is also a buff to it, and this is a number of buffs. So the first thing is they pretty much like improve the juggle here. So it's like even like full screen, you're gonna get the juggle. Even full screen, you're gonna be able to move in. And that's obviously like the OD. Like even full screen, you're gonna still be able to move in and get the hit, so that's cool. But they gave it as a Arabian Cyclone treatment, where he can cancel the roll or cancel the flight outfit. Whee! So Rashid now have like full screen. Oh my god, dude, this being full screen, how plus is this gonna be? I committed to the follow-up. I shouldn't. He's plus 20? Wow. Oh my god. That is that is actually crazy. So he just gets in now. He gets to tag you with jumping from full screen. Wow. And one thing about this thing is that they also made it faster, so now it's like 38 instead of 41. So it is a little bit faster. He is getting like more juggles, and as you can see, he now can commit to the roll or do the jumping faster outfit, which that's gonna have some use. Like I think, especially, oh my god, especially in matchups like say versus Zangief, characters that can't really, or Manon, characters that can't really get out of the way. This is like a better fireball drive rush because they gotta hold it. Because typically Rashid players used to do that, but that left him at like a +3, right? So he wasn't that plus, but now he can't just get this cancel, and now he's even more plus. So that actually is a really cool buff for him. So finally we got to Lily as a final character in our balance patch coverage. And Lily got some pretty fun changes actually. So the first change to Lily is to her standing heavy punch. They made this faster. This used to be 11 frames, now it's 10 frames, and this is like a footsie's normal as well. So like this is a good change because as you can see, like on a punish counter it crumbles. So having a button like that be faster, I think that is a pretty cool buff for him, right? You love seeing characters getting better neutral. Now this next one to me is very interesting, and honestly I will say that they gave Lily in general some interesting changes. So they adjusted her OD counter spire, whether we're talking winded or not, right? So the idea is now depending on which button combination you're pressing, the distance will be different. So for example, this is if I press like light kick and medium kick, let's actually make my non-block. Right, so she gets to block and I'm +4. If I press medium and heavy, she will get to block, but I'm -1 because Lily moves in further, right? But if I press light and heavy, she actually moves in shorter, right? So she doesn't even make contact with Manon, and the idea is like you stop it short and then go for like a command grab. I do like slightly micro walk with that. So that's the idea, right? Like you stop then and then like you go for the grab, or obviously go for the command grab. That is the concept. So that is actually like a really fun change. They added more variety and more variability to her OD counter spire because they know that maybe some players are gonna try to parry it, so let's give it some potential for trickery. And I'm all in for changes like that. If you're adding more depth to the Lily's kit, I think that actually is like really cool. And obviously that changes happen to her regular, that changes happen to the OD as well. So they're giving new mechanics to Lily. And speaking of new mechanics, they also changed her dive, where now you can do 2 of them. So that also, like, if you, obviously that's if you got the wind stocks, right? So their idea here is that says that Manon is gonna try to tag us with like the gaga, the gag. So I go in again, and maybe I can punish her if like she's drive rush. I can punish her. That is really, really cool. The Lily changes, they are not insanely dramatic, but they added more depth to the character. Now she have a little bit more tools to play with, and I absolutely really like that they did this with her, right? There will be the setups where, okay, maybe here's the OD Condor Spire Wift, but maybe we can get it to connect if we did like another strength. I really like that. Lot of rooms for play, lot of rooms for trickery, pretty fun changes for Lily.